Rapper NBA Youngboy was arrested this week at his Mill Creek home in what the Cache County Sheriff's Office is calling an ongoing investigation into criminal conduct.
Well, Sylvia, the rapper may be good at making music, but according to police, he has no future in acting, as a bad impersonation is part of what got him caught. The investigation into Golden began in January of this year after pharmacists alerted police to suspicious prescriptions being called in under real doctors' names for fake patients.
So guess what? You say you're not going to stop, the court will make you stop. How will they make you stop? They'll make you sit in a 6x6 cell or however big. The arrest came nearly 2 months after federal prosecutors accused Youngboy of violating the terms of his house arrest by using unspecified. In court documents, the feds say that Youngboy was non-compliant and had told his supervising agent that he wasn't going to stop.
Hey, yo, squad, what's the drill? Back with another video, man. In the ever-evolving saga of NBA Youngboy's tumultuous journey as a hip-hop star and full-time law enforcement target, his latest entanglement with the law has sparked intense speculation and raised pressing questions as the younger rapper faces yet another round of legal trouble. Some observers have begun to question whether there's more than meets the eye behind the pattern of leniency and repeated brushes with the law. This time, YB finds himself caught up with dozens of charges, including possession of substances and deadly weapons, as well as identity fraud. Could NBA Youngboy be unwillingly caught in the crosshairs of a larger orchestrated effort by the Alphabet Boys to set him up for a significant takedown? Would this be just another notch under the belt of Youngboy's legal team, or is there something else at play? We're gonna find out. So without further ado, let's skip the play and get down to business. NBA Youngboy's trouble with the law has gone from bad to worse after the rapper was arrested on multiple charges while serving house arrest in Utah. According to jail records, your boy Kentrell was booked in the Cache County Sheriff's Office on Tuesday evening, April 16th.
Rapper NBA Youngboy was arrested this week at his Mill Creek home in what the Cache County Sheriff's Office is calling an ongoing investigation into criminal conduct. 24-year-old, whose given name is Kentrell Golden, has been confined to house arrest since 2021, awaiting trial for a federal firearms charge. He was booked into the Cache County Jail yesterday on suspicion of unlawful activity, including identity fraud, forgery.
He was charged with an artillery, illegal substance, and fraud charges. As y'all may know, bruh has been confined to his Salt Lake City mansion since late 2021 after being indicted in Louisiana on charges of being a felon in possession of a firearm.
The drama surrounding Baton Rouge native rapper NBA Youngboy continues. The rapper was arrested around 4:30 Tuesday morning on multiple charges.
There is a lot of drama surrounding him and the guys that he associate with.
The 24-year-old, who was previously convicted in 2017 of aggravated attack with a weapon, was allegedly found with 2 streezies during a September 2020 music video shoot in Baton Rouge. He was later arrested on those charges in Los Angeles following a brief chase where he did the race.
Rapper NBA Youngboy was arrested and taken into custody. The 21-year-old, whose real name is Kentrell Golden, was wanted on an outstanding warrant. Officers tried to pull him over around 11 a.m. Monday. They say he refused to stop and eventually took off on foot. He was arrested around 1 in the afternoon.
Another strap was found in the car during that arrest, leading to a similar case brought against him by federal prosecutors in Cali. In 2022, Youngboy beat the charges. However, he's still awaiting trial in Louisiana over the original indictment. The rapper's alleged abuse was cited in a filing by federal prosecutors in February, which accused him of violating the terms of his house arrest by messing with that gear. U.S. Attorney Ronald C. Gates Jr. further claimed that Youngboy had informed his supervising officer that he has no intentions to discontinue using the substance that resulted in the violation.
The arrest came nearly 2 months after federal prosecutors accused Youngboy of violating the terms of his house arrest by using unspecified. In court documents, the feds say that Youngboy was non-compliant and had told his supervising agent that he wasn't going to stop.
Yeah, that do sound like him, though. I can't front. On Wednesday, April 17th, the day after the arrest, KUTV News Salt Lake City reported that police documents indicated he is a suspect in a large-scale prescription fraud ring that is known to try to acquire promethazine with codeine. Additionally, the authorities are also investigating him for obtaining all of the stuff under false identities, which they have been monitoring since 2023. An affidavit filed when everything went down named NBA Youngboy as a primary suspect in a months-long scheme that involved posing as a doctor to fill prescriptions for promethazine with codeine in pharmacies in cities including Hiram, Logan, and Smithfield. On September 19, 2023, 2 pharmacies in the Cache County area received a prescription order from a person claiming to be a physician in Provo. The person allegedly posing as the physician provided valid identity information and requested to fill a prescription for 2 patients in their 70s, Bethel White and Gwendolyn Cox. In both instances, the real physician, who was not identified, told the pharmacy that he did not have patients with those names and said his name and credentials are being used fraudulently.
Well, Sylvia, the rapper may be good at making music, but according to police, he has no future in acting, as a bad impersonation is part of what got him caught.
A third fraudulent prescription for the same thing was allegedly called into Smithfield Pharmacy on January 17, 2024, again by the suspect identifying as the physician. The prescription was for a patient that had a similar name as before, but with a different birthday. Pharmacists were hella suspicious about the whole thing and attempted to reach out to the physician, but the call was disconnected. According to documents, Nielsen began investigating the alleged fraud scheme amid the January incident. 2 women allegedly arrived in a white Chevy Tahoe registered to Youngboy to pick up the prescription from the Smithfield Pharmacy. Cache County Police detained the unidentified woman and they were later arrested for the alleged involvement in the prescription fraud ring.
The investigation into Golden began in January of this year after pharmacists alerted police to suspicious prescriptions being called in under real doctors' names for fake patients. Around that same time, the 24-year-old appeared on a podcast where he discussed the pressures of being under house arrest.
Nielsen said that amid his investigation, Gwendolyn Cox requested to get in touch. However, during the conversation, the caller allegedly offered White as the last name instead of Cox and did not provide a full date of birth or a home address. During the conversation with Gwendolyn, it was very clear that a fake voice was being used. Court documents detail an alleged conversation between Nielsen, Kentrell, and the rapper's brother, which included questions about the prescription medicine for Gwendolyn Cox. The affidavit also lists a handful of fraudulent activity under the Provo physician's name. All of them were prescription requests for promethazine with codeine for patients in their late 60s and 70s across Utah pharmacies. In the home search of the rapper, police found a strap that he claimed belonged to his wife, 2 bottles of an antibiotic, and several bottles of promethazine and codeine. Officers also seized all electronic devices in the home from which Golden allegedly did not provide passwords. According to the affidavit, YB's previous run-ins with the law date back to 2018 when he was arrested for alleged aggravated attack and kidnapping. He was arrested again in 2019 and 2020. In March 2021, a federal grand jury indicted Golden, accusing the musician of possessing an unregistered firearm and of possession of firearms by a convicted felon in connection to his 2020 case. Since October 2021, he has been under house arrest in his home in Weber County. From firearm charges to attack allegations, Youngboy's legal woes has been as varied as they have been frequent. Yet time and time again, the rapper has managed to evade the long arm of the law, employing a combination of legal maneuvers, strategic partnerships, and sheer luck to stay out of prison. One key factor in Youngboy's seemingly Teflon demeanor has to be his ability to secure top-tier legal representation. With a team of high-powered attorneys at his disposal, he has been able to mount aggressive defenses, exploit legal loopholes, and negotiate favorable plea deals, effectively minimizing the impact of his legal troubles on his freedom. In my opinion, however, if the law doesn't want you to see the light of day, you will not see the light of day, which brings one to wonder, why has the law chosen not to flex their wrath on YB after so many screw-ups? I mean, sure, after all of the arrests, you would think that the law definitely had YB in their scopes for close to a decade, and this may very well be true, but for some reason it seems like it's more beneath the surface of all this. I mean, sure, a great legal team can do a lot, but all of these charges that bruh was facing was nothing short of hella serious. His newest list of charges are about as long as his discography, and this time around things seem to be a bit different. For some reason, this whole situation feels a bit heavier than all of the others. In the hip-hop world, NBA Youngboy's repeated run-ins with the law have sparked speculation. Some suggest that authorities might be letting him off the hook repeatedly to build a stronger case against him over time. Despite facing serious charges, he's managed to avoid significant jail time, leading many to question if there's a larger plan at play by federal authorities to bring him down eventually. Also, many people online believe that YB's woes are partially his own fault, and they also believe there's a conspiracy to break his rebellious spirit. Due to his issues with his label in the past, it wouldn't be far-fetched to even think that the Alphabet Boys and his own label, as well as the industry, were working together to dim NBA's spirit and take the fight out of him. But only time will tell, though. And despite all that, for now, the only thing NBA Youngboy can do is stay smart, stay alert, and stay real. I'm out, y'all.